Hello, this is Ken. Welcome to the Information Nation. This is going to be my first review of a movie. I think you people will find it very interesting. It's put out by Dan Dix. He has a website called Press for Truth. And he did a video on the G20 Summit in 2010 up in Toronto, Canada. Now, there were over 19,000 police officers and security personnel, and it resulted in over 1,100 arrests. Martial law downtown Toronto, the most massive violation of civil liberties in Canadian history. Dan Dix is an investigative journalist and a documentary film producer. He does his best to expose the global elite and their agenda for the New World Order. Dan Dix, as far as I'm concerned, Dan Dix did an outstanding job documenting what happened at the G20 Summit in Toronto in 2010. Total lockdown of the city to prevent people from peaceful protests. It was martial law at its best. Lost rights and violence, not only by some provocateurs, but by the police. Some people who had nothing to do with the protests were arrested. And you know something? If you think it can't happen here, think again. The G20, for those of you who don't know, the group of 20 finance ministers and central bank governors was established in 1999 to bring together systematically important industrialized and developing economies to discuss key issues in the global economy. The inaugural meeting of the G20 took place in Berlin on December 15th and 16th, 1999, hosted by German and Canadian finance ministers. Now, in 2009, they held the G20 in London. And there was a man there by the name of Ian Tomlinson. Now, there's a video on The Guardian, and I'll have links to all of this down below, of this man being assaulted by the police. He subsequently ended up dying. It says that the police officer who attacked Ian Tomlinson at the G20 protests in London 2009 could be prosecuted for manslaughter after an inquest jury ruled that the newspaper seller was unlawfully killed. Returning their verdict after 3 hours of deliberation, jurors said Tomlinson died of internal bleeding in the abdomen after being struck with a baton and pushed to the ground by the police officer. They show you this assault on The Guardian, so it's worthwhile going to the link. But if you think it can't happen here, G20 2009, police attack students at University of Pittsburgh. And I have the link to the YouTube video on that also. Yeah, you know, it's time to wake up, people. These guys are not going to stop. They are going to take total control of your lives. And you watch this movie, it's called Into the Fire by Dan Dix. And you watch these police there, these riot police, just bum rush people who are doing nothing but standing around in a park. They arrested news media people because they didn't like what they were doing. They spent almost $1 billion on security for this damn thing. And there's so many people in this country that go, well, that's not going to happen here. It is happening here. It is happening here. And we've got to wake up to the fact, and we've got to do something about it. But hey, that's my opinion. Down below in the description, you will find all the links to these videos. You'll find a link to Press for Truth website. You'll find a link for the YouTube link to Into the Fire. He also has, if you don't want to watch the whole thing, because it is 2 hours long, but it's well worth taking 2 hours out of your life to find out what's going on. But if you don't want to watch that, he has clips on there. And it's well worth watching for you to find out what's going on with the global elites in this world. But that's my opinion. Watch it, don't watch it. Hey, if you like this video, I wish you'd give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you would. Tell your friends about us. We were fortunate enough, yesterday we went online and we happened to grab the domain name, The Information Nation. So we're working on a website and we hope to get that out to you probably within the next month. It takes a little bit, and I'm not exactly the most techno-savvy guy in the world, so we'll get it up in the next month. But hey, give us a thumbs up, subscribe if you would. Leave a comment down below. I appreciate you tuning in. Hey, this is Ken for the Information Nation. You have a good time, good day. We'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.